Hello, DJs. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the brofict one, AJ. And let's just get right into it as we do have more LIV Golf news. Just ahead of the tournament this weekend, LIV announced plans for the 2023 season. And let's say it's getting bigger. And they are definitely making some changes. Biggest change of them all, it's going to go from 8 events to 14 events total. 12 established franchises. They're going to have 12 teams that will be established with their captains as the owners. Get into that in a little bit more. Total prize pool for the whole event will be $405 million for all 14 events. That's the total prize pool for all the payouts and everything. And this is on top of the relegation tournaments being announced and how those affect LIV. You can go ahead and check out the other video. It should be floating above my head at this time. But this is some big changes for LIV Golf, a new league that's already seeing some big changes. You got to adapt and overcome. You find out what works and you find out what doesn't. And that's what LIV Golf seems to be doing here. The 14 events, I think that was seen. It was definitely coming. They needed more events to get the names out there because you can't really just do 8 because you're going to get lost in the shuffle. People are going to forget about you, and you're not going to get talked about a lot. If you look at mainstream sports media right now, no one's covering LIV Golf because it's just so here and there, and no one really cares because you can't really follow it. You can't follow it. So that 14 events will definitely help. With that, along with that, the 14 events, LIV golfers will also be competing in numerous international series events on the Asian Tour. This will be in order for them to stay relevant in the world golf rankings so they can get those points and everything. That's going to be huge because not only is it going to get the name out to other markets and other stuff like that, but then all these players can still compete in all the world events and everything like that and not lose that ranking. That is going to be a big part, and they needed this. They needed this. LIV golfers needed this, and LIV needed to do this because I think they kind of realized, oh, we're paying 200 million, 100 million, 90 million, however many million for 8 events? And that's it? And these guys are just going to sit at home? No. Help us grow the brand, help us grow the game, as they say, and get our name out there. And so that's what they're doing here. Love to see that. That's going to be big for LIV. The franchises, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be super interesting to see how that goes because not only will they, the captains, run the teams, the captains for each individual team, you got the DeChambos, the Mickelsons, those guys running the teams. They'll also be able to go out and look for sponsors and different deals. That's interesting. That's interesting to me because it's hard to see what company is going to want to get in bed with LIV at this time just because of all the heat behind them. It's going to be hard to find sponsors. It's going to be hard to find sponsors like it's hard to find a TV deal for them because it's just such a hot topic right now. It's burning hot. People do not want to get involved, and I can't blame them. I really can't. But, LIV is going to do what they can to try to grow in this very competitive market. As I posted in another video that'll be floating above my head again, the PGA is lobbying against LIV to, essentially be in the media, be a part of this, our culture, and be in golf in America. It'll be interesting to see what comes of that. The lobbying, I mean, I don't know what really the U.S. government can do about that because it is independent business and censorship, and so that's a whole other mess, but I'm not a law degree, so I'm going to stick with the sports. Going to be difficult for them to find sponsors. It's going to be difficult for them to find sponsors. And it's hard for me also to see golfers, especially traditional golf fans, find a team they like, and really root for that team, especially because they really haven't, they kind of explain it, but they really need to just figure it out with the team events and make it a little bit more interesting. Is there going to be a championship? Is there going to be this? Is there going to be that? Those questions have not been answered. Simple as that. They need to figure out some stuff still, and I assume that as we continue to move forward towards the end of the year before they get ready for their next season, we will get all of those informations. They did say they will announce the tour dates at a later date and where they're going to be playing and the events and everything like that. I'm interested. They also announced that they are going to continue to sign more golfers. There will be 48 participating in the LIV Golf and not introducing random players like they have been at different courses, just, one shots and everything like that. They'll stick with a 48-man crew. to I don't know why. I mean, maybe keep costs down, but they don't seem to really worry about cost. So, yeah, Liv's out here making these moves. It's getting more and more interesting as they try to reinvent golf, essentially. PGA is now essentially baseball, where Live is trying to be football, if that makes any sense. It's hard to see, it's hard to figure out, but I will be here continuing to cover all the Live Golf news. And hey, if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe down below. Help me fight that YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you like the show, you can follow us on Twitter as well at DGenTakes, myself at Brofict1. And yeah, we got merch too. You like this dope hat? Go ahead, check that out in the comments down below. I mean, in the description, not the comments. Description down below. And with that being said, I've been the Brofict1 AJ, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.